Hello, my name is Amina and I'm your decision-making specialist. And today, guess what? Day 71, May 25th, 2020. Yep, here I am. And I can't believe it. 71 days. All right. Wherever you are, I'm wishing you well, and I'm hoping that you keep very safe. And thanks for coming, because today I have something really important to ask you. Let me tell you how I came to that question. I was listening to a discussion of various kinds of people in terms of the ethics, the ethical principles around the pandemic. Two things in particular they were talking about, and that is whether to wear a mask or not, and whether to do the social distancing or not. And they were citing different countries, different states, different cities within a state, and all the different ways that people were deciding whether to do those two things, wear a mask, social distancing, or not. And wherever you are, I am pretty sure, I know I am, and I'm guessing you are, and all of us are having to make those decisions. Because we're starting to go out there more and more. Some are just full blown out there. All the gates are open, and some are doing a little more slowly, incrementally. However you're doing it, there are the options now to make that a little bit more time out there in more different ways. So I am wondering for you, if you wear a mask, if you keep the distance, that 6 feet or more, and how are you making those decisions? Are you making them because it's a law? Are you making them because it's a guidance that your area is giving? Are you making it because you want to? Are you making it and doing it even though you don't want to? Are you believing that you have a right not to do either one and you're going to exercise those rights? Are you believing that there is a pandemic and we don't know a lot about it, and these are the things that you know you can do? Are you doing them to keep yourself safe? Are you doing them to keep other people safe? Are you doing them to keep yourself and the rest of the people around you safe? Or not? Are you wearing a mask and social distancing because you believe that you're fine when you're out there, and you don't want to bring anything back to your home and your family or friends, whoever is in shelter with you? How are you making those decisions, and what are they? I'm sure you're like I am. You go out, you see people with masks, you see people with distancing, you see other people, no mask and no gloves, and they're just kind of wandering around. Whatever. Is there a way that you can discern how you make those decisions for yourself? That's the question. Do you wear a mask? Do you distance or not? And if so, what are you basing those decisions on? Because right now we're talking about a mask, we're talking about distancing, and you know I'm going to offer the way that you make the decisions about those two things are pretty likely to be how you make decisions about everything else. So it's important to know if you do it just for you, if you do it for other people, if you do for both of you, if you do it because it's required, if you do it because personally it feels like the best thing to do. What do you believe? What do you do? Because when you fully go out there and make that transition, and as you're making the transition, there are a lot of decisions that you will be making. People talk about this being recovery, about a rewrite, about a reset, about a return. And I'm going to offer, and that's just mine, doesn't have to be yours, that out there may look the same, and there are going to be so many differences as we go out there and we learn the details, that what people are calling a new normal will have to be established first, and then practiced, and then checked to see how it's working. And then, and only then, can we be consistent enough to make it a normal where we just do it and we don't have to make decisions every step of the way. However, that space in between from where you are to out there, 100%, lot of decisions. So I would like you to put that in your toolbox, that question of how do I make my decisions when I don't have the certainty or the imagined certainty of knowing what is best. How do I make it? Do I make it in huge, broad-based? Do I make it in little, small, test steps and check it out? How do I do that? So there you are. That is an open, broad way that I would like you to notice. And when you notice, then you can figure out the details and check if you want to keep that in your toolbox or if you want to find a new way to make those decisions. Meanwhile, as you go out and you are wandering, as always, keep safe. Click that button to subscribe. And if you would, let me know how you make your decisions. And that's not to gossip and for other people to say, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. This is not a blah, blah, blah. This is part of us being in it all together. We can help each other figure out these answers so that we can build the new reality that we want to live. Remember, you are always writing your story and creating that legacy that people will remember. All right, come back. I will be here and I'll be looking for you. All right, bye for now.